Tonight we report on the ongoing repairs at the Wanapum Dam, and the Moses Lake Food Bank prepares for the holiday season. What's going on in sports, Bob?
The All Big Nine girls soccer team has been announced, and Big Ben's men's basketball is gearing up for the upcoming season. Let's take a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Good to be with you, everybody. A slight chance for some light freezing rain across the entire region overnight tonight. Stronger system to impact the area. Other details in just a few moments.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
The water level in the Wanapum Reservoir may start rising in as soon as 6 days. The contractor installed 13 steel anchor tendons and 4 anchor bars as part of a fix to restore a crack in the dam and prevent any further cracks from happening. A fracture in the dam's spillway was discovered in February, leading the Grant PUD to lower the water level by 26 feet to prevent it from further damage. The PUD is planning to increase the water level by 17 feet between November 24th and December 11th, if the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission agrees. Repairs are continuing through the winter, and the PUD expects normal operations can start again before the 2015 recreation season. The contractor still needs to install 22 of the anchor tendons and 68 bars before the water elevation can return to normal. The shoreline will remain closed until engineers, law enforcement, and cultural resource workers determine it's safe. 2 candidates for a director position on the Moses Lake Irrigation and Rehabilitation District met during a forum on Tuesday afternoon. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
It was an afternoon of questions and answers at the Moses Lake Chamber of Commerce Tuesday as the 2 candidates vying for a spot on the Moses Lake Irrigation and Rehabilitation District Board of Directors, Chris Dexter and Tom Bennett, took part in a forum with community members. The forum was sponsored by both the Chamber and Vision 2020, and the candidates took questions from both the panel and those in attendance. Dexter was appointed to the board following the resignation of Ken Kernan in September. Either Dexter or Bennett will serve the final year of Kernan's 3-year term if elected. The candidates were asked to cover topics ranging from the state of the North Dam to bringing back the Water Institute, the MLIRD's role in the community, and how revenue, resources, and equipment are allocated. The election of the MLIRD Board of Directors is Tuesday, December 9th, with voting booths open at the MLIRD office on Wheeler Road from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFiber One News.
2 men pleaded guilty to breaking into a man's home and vehicle to find marijuana while the victim was at the Grant County Fair. Stephen Ball Jr., a 19-year-old Moses Lake resident, and Cody Kelly, a 20-year-old Moses Lake resident, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to residential burglary and theft in the 2nd degree. Kelly also pleaded guilty to vehicle prowling in the 2nd degree, but hasn't been sentenced yet. Ball had no previous convictions and faced between 3 and 9 months in jail, and Judge John Antos agreed, sentencing Ball to 240 hours of community service. Ball and Kelly broke into the victim's Jeep in the fairgrounds parking lot, stealing the victim's wallet and cigarettes. They went to the victim's Ivy Street home to find marijuana and stole a video game system. Roman Vasquez is a Quincy Elementary student who is battling leukemia. His classmates showed their support on Wednesday by wearing hats to school and raising money for the Roman Vasquez Foundation. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
On Wednesday, the students and staff at Pioneer Elementary School in Quincy donned their best hats for Caps for Cancer in support of 7-year-old Roman Vasquez. The 3rd grader's been battling leukemia for the last 2 years, and Principal Nick Bergman said he wanted to find a way to help Roman's family deal with the medical costs.
Yeah, I just Googled Caps for Cancer, and this event came up. Another school had done it, and I believe at a high school level. So it was cool to see it done at an elementary school level, and the level of support that we've had has been really high. Last year we raised $1,200 in a single day, and we're hoping to match that with today's event.
Roman wasn't in class. He's undergoing his last round of chemotherapy at Seattle Children's Hospital. To help his students deal with the absence, third grade teacher Hans Schmidt lets a stuffed monkey named Caesar hold Roman's seat. Schmidt said Roman may be young, but he's also an excellent role model for his classmates.
Just an awesome kid. You just couldn't ask for a better kid. He's just all energy, negative, never negative, always positive. Doesn't matter how bad he feels, he just drags himself in. He just hangs in there, and he just gives it 100% every day.
Donations for the Roman Vasquez Leukemia Foundation can be made at the KeyBank branch in Quincy. At Pioneer Elementary School, Devin Higgins for iFiber One News.
And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
Attention business owners. The deadline is fast approaching to advertise in the 2015 edition of the Moses Lake Local Book. Don't be the only business left out. In print or online, it's the best way to reach your customer when they're ready to buy. Call today to place your ad by calling 877-738-9829 or by visiting us online at www.statewideyp.com. The Moses Lake Local Book Telephone Directory. Simply the best advertising.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of these many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Good to be with you, everybody. I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center, and it is brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. Let's begin with a look at your headlines. Air stagnation advisory has been extended well into Friday. More precaution for those who do suffer from respiratory illnesses. Now, overnight tonight, we have a system bringing light freezing rain across the area. Rain, mountain snow could be on the moderate side, and freezing rain for this Friday and possibly even into the weekend. Now, we could be seeing this mixed scenario early into next week as well. Here's a quick look at the temperatures that topped out across our immediate region for Friday this afternoon. Temperature around 37, the high and the low around 19. Average low should be 28, and the average high around the lower 40s, with the sunset at around 4:15 and 4:16 this afternoon. Now across Moses Lake, a similar scenario, mid-30s the high, upper teens the low, and around 4:18 the sunset. Here's a quick look at the conditions right outside your door. Mostly cloudy skies, temperature at the freezing point with that wind very light out of the north-northwest. Here's a quick look. Now we notice this storm system pushing into the area. As we head into this Thursday overnight tonight into this Thursday morning, we'll notice this precipitation mixing in and also allowing for some of that freezing rain to develop mountain snow across inland northwest, and could possibly be bringing some moderate snow to this region. Here's the next storm system bringing heavier, wetter, and also windier scenario associated with this system as we head into the weekend and continuing well into early next week. For this Thursday afternoon, we are anticipating partly to mostly cloudy skies across the area. Yakima looking at mid-40s, and across the northeastern portion of the basin in the upper 30s for Quincy. Similar temperature around 38. Wilson Creek flirting with the 40-degree mark. Here's a quick recap and a look at the conditions expected for the next few days. Moderating temperatures by the weekend, heading into the mid-40s, and will remain similar temperature as we head into Monday. Now Tuesday into Wednesday, the temperature drop into the upper 30s once again. In the meantime, the chance for light freezing rain overnight tonight into Thursday morning, and a stronger storm system will potentially impact the immediate area by Friday. Thanks for being with us. This segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Be right back with sports.
You don't need me to tell you that 4 and all-wheel drive time is on its way. But maybe you didn't know your local Toyota dealers are gearing up for the season with special savings on our top-selling 4 and all-wheel drive models. From tough Tundra trucks to our best-selling CUV RAV4 or Venza, the perfect blend of all-wheel drive with safety and style. Plus many others. The bottom line is exceptional 4 or all-wheel drive savings just in time for winter. For full details on these and other savings, visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. There's something new and exciting happening right now at your nearest Toyota dealer. It's the arrival of the all-new 2014 Corolla, now featuring a new stylish exterior, plus a premium interior loaded with technology, including Toyota's N-Tune multimedia system with navigation. Corolla has definitely evolved. The best part is, right now you could take advantage of special introductory savings. The new 2014 Corolla, available at any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
The start of the NWAC basketball season is just weeks away. Reporter Sean Wells was out at Big Bend to talk with Coach Mark Poth to see how things are shaping up.
It's that time of year again. Running Vikes basketball is back in action. With 13 freshmen on the roster, youth and inexperience is evident, but head coach Mark Poth thinks this team will be ready come conference play.
You know, a real young basketball team this year, got a good group of kids, good attitude. I think, might be a little work in progress, but I'm hoping through the season we can progressively get better, and by the time league starts, I'm hoping to be competitive this year.
Coach Poth likes how his team plays together and thinks that bodes well come game time.
I think probably right now, I think we play well together, and I think we'll continue to play well. We don't have one player that just stands out above anyone else. So I think we'll be a good, solid, team concept of playing together. I think that has to be our strength for us to be successful.
After making the playoffs the past few seasons, this year's expectations aren't any different. Make the playoffs and win the championship.
That's, no matter what kind of situation we're in, who's coming back, we feel like if we play well, develop as a team, come together, that we can definitely compete for a championship.
The first test for the Running Vikes will be November 29th at the Turkey Tournament hosted by Skagit Valley College. For iFiber One News, Sean Wells.
You can get a sneak peek at the Running Vikes at home Saturday. Big Bend is hosting the annual Columbia Basin All-Star Game. Tip-off is 7 p.m. The All-Big 9 girls soccer team has been announced. 9 Moses Lake Chiefs were recognized for their outstanding efforts on the pitch this season. Making first-team all-conference were Alicia Overland, Lizzie McGraw, Stephanie Overland, McKenna Walker, and Jessie Loretta. Alicia Overland was also named Offensive Player of the Year at the forward position. She led the league with 27 goals and finished with 37 for the season. Abby Rathbun and Jeanette Alvarado were named second-team all-conference. Emma Deering and Jamie Loretta made the honorable mention list. The Chiefs' Rick Char was named Coach of the Year. Big Bend's Rain Letkeman has signed a letter of intent to play baseball at Old Dominion. Letkeman from Reindeer, Alberta, was all-conference second-team utility player for the Vikings last year. He led the NWAC in hitting with a .400 average. Letkeman was 4-2 with a 2.61 ERA on the bump as well for Big Bend. He is expected to anchor the Vikings pitching staff this season, play first base, and be the team's DH. The Seahawks are heading into their toughest stretch of the season. Seattle will face 5 NFC West rivals over its final 6 games. The team plays Arizona and San Francisco twice and ends the season at home with St. Louis. The Hawks begin the series of key contests at home with the division-leading Cardinals Sunday. Arizona leads the overall series 16-14, including a 17-10 win at CenturyLink Field in Week 16 last year. Well, we'll be right back after this.
Searching for that perfect place to settle down? Whether you're looking for an elegant single-story, spacious two-story, or a custom home on acreage, Aho Construction can aid your decision with a streamlined production process that saves time, money, and natural resources. Compare us to other builders and see for yourself what advantages you can get by choosing an Aho home. Our philosophy is that we do things right the first time around. Start planning your dream house today with Aho Construction. Call 509-766-1366.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the Moses Lake Food Bank, where volunteers are gearing up for the busiest time of the year. Reporter Jeff Chu met with some of the volunteers and has the story.
It's a busy time of year at Moses Lake Food Bank. A production line of volunteers assembled boxes of Thanksgiving dinners for distribution at the food bank on Tuesday. It was one of the busiest days of the holiday season. A traffic jam of cars is expected to line up on Marina Drive in front of the food bank on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, where the boxes will be handed out to families in need. Penny Archer, operations manager for Community Services of Moses Lake, says the need is fast on the rise.
We were seeing probably around 50 families a day. Now in Moses Lake and Warden, we see 2,500 a month, and they can come once a week.
Archer says there has been a 37% increase in the use of the food bank since the onset of the recession in 2008. But volunteers are there to help the food bank meet the growing need.
We have a skeletal backbone that's year-round of 25 to 30, and we have upwards of several hundred depending on different events and needs in the community. Moses Lake is very supportive of their low-income families, and they're more than happy to roll up their sleeves and open their checkbooks to help us help the families.
Chase Richardson, a 15-year-old Moses Lake High School student, says he started as a food bank volunteer this year after his mother asked him to help. But he says there's more to it than that.
Because I just love service. I love helping. It always makes a smile on my face every time I'm able to serve.
Moses Lake retiree Delbert Hart has worked as a volunteer at the food bank for 5 years. He described how it will be next week at the food bank.
We get between 600 and 700 cars coming through here. Those 3 days of Thanksgiving. Sometimes there's 200 or plus clients that come through Monday through Thursday.
Archer, who has worked at the food bank for 18 years, starting as a volunteer, described the families that will need the food bank's services.
Well, 60% are children and seniors, and a lot of them are working, but they're not getting 40-hour weeks, or they're making $10 an hour and they've got 3 or 4 kids. Well, you start paying for rent, power, food, you're 10 or even 15 an hour when you're only getting 30-hour weeks, doesn't go very far. And so there's more month than there is money. And so that's where we step in. We're supplemental only. We're not designed to feed them for a whole month, but we can get them by for a few more days.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back after this.
Bud Clary Ford Honda is proud to be an automotive leader in our area. Since opening our doors over 54 years ago, we have kept a firm commitment to our customers. We offer a wide selection of vehicles and hope to make the car buying experience as quick and hassle-free as possible. You can trust that we will get you into the car or truck of your dreams. Bud Clary has an experienced and reliable service and parts department that is open extra hours to help fit our customers' hectic schedules. Come for a test drive today at 1200 South Pioneer Way. We are a proud supporter of Columbia Basin Athletics.
Are your kids rough on your furniture? Things looking a little run down? Then come to More Furniture in Ephrata and we can help get things back in order. We have all the top name brands made with strong quality support, including Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. Because whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. The next time your furniture is in need of some replacing, stop into More Furniture in Ephrata, locally owned and trusted for over 100 years.
Welcome back. State auditors did not find any problems during their audit of the Multi-Agency Communications Center. The Washington State Auditor's Office recently released its 2012 and 2013 audit report for the center. The state auditors conduct regular audits of government agencies looking at compliance with state and federal laws. The auditors looked at the center's management of small and attractive items and how the final payments to contractors were handled. Big Bend Community College is hosting 2 workshops for anyone interested in starting college classes during the winter quarter. The Start Next Quarter workshops are being held at the college library from noon to 1:30 p.m. on November 21st and December 5th. Winter quarter classes begin January 5th. The workshops provide students with information on admissions, financial aid, other funding opportunities, applications, placement testing, new student orientation, and a review of programs available at Big Bend. For more information, contact Rita Ramirez at 509-793-2072. In Northwest News, food banks in Washington and Oregon are receiving more than 35 tons of potatoes thanks to a friendly bet on the Washington State-Oregon State football game. The Washington State Potato Commission and Oregon Potato Commission pledged 500 pounds of spuds for every point scored by the 2 teams. The Cougars won the November 8th game in Corvallis 39-32, so that meant 35,500 pounds of potatoes for food banks in Washington. The Wenatchee World reports farmers then matched that with another 35,500 pounds for food banks in Oregon. The commissions are arranging deliveries with food banks. Police at Brigham Young University are investigating after professors found a recording device stuck under a chair in a campus lecture hall. Police say 2 professors leading a PowerPoint presentation discovered it 2 weeks ago. The professors reportedly accidentally erased some of the material while attempting to play back the record. Similar Velcro setups were found under other chairs in other classrooms. Police are looking into whether any laws were broken. 2 young girls in Vancouver, Washington are doing their part to help the homeless. They bought blankets and warm clothes with money they saved from their allowance. Brian McMillan has the story.
Each time we do it, it's going to be bigger and bigger.
9-year-old Riley McCune and her cousin 11-year-old Infinity White are not your average kids.
I feel bad for them, and they're really cold and probably hungry. I'll put the blankets in there.
On this cold night, instead of staying cozy at home, they hit the streets.
This is heavy.
Their goal, to help some of Vancouver's homeless.
We saw a whole bunch of cold people. We wanted to give them something.
The girls saved up their allowance and put together a list.
Some dry socks, we have gloves, toothpaste.
They bought what they needed with their own money.
Just kind of been putting it in a little box, and they had $137 yesterday, and that's how we got this stuff.
The girls made the trip to downtown Vancouver, and it didn't take long to find some people to help.
Yes, please. Thank you.
It melts my heart. It really does. They're good. They're good kids.
It's not often that you see young folks actually out there looking to do good and to help out other people in life.
A successful night, and the girls say they'll be back out again tomorrow.
It's really fun.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.